In stunning, unseen footage that's taken the internet by storm, Gervonta "Tank" Davis can be seen dropping a heavyweight sparring partner during his intense training camp for the much-anticipated showdown with Jake Paul. The clip captures Tank's trademark precision and explosive timing as he delivers a lightning-fast left hand that instantly shuts the session down. Fans everywhere are losing their minds over the video, calling it undeniable proof that Davis's blend of speed, accuracy, and raw knockout power is still untouchably against fighters towering over him. Popular boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult has stepped in to back Davis, confidently predicting that Tank will enter the ring around 154 pounds for his bout with Jake Paul. Brushing off claims that he'll be too small to compete, Showbiz explained that Davis has walked around that weight before and has even trained near 160, meaning the jump isn't nearly as shocking as critics make it sound. He reminded fans that Tank's been testing himself for years against bigger, stronger sparring partners, refining his reflexes, sharpening his counters, and turning timing into an art form. With that experience combined with his unmatched fight IQ and power, Showbiz boldly claims that Jake Paul's size won't protect him once Tank connects clean. In his words, when Gervonta lands, the fight's over, simple as that. To this kind of dominance isn't new for Davis. It's been his mindset since day one. Throughout his career, he's pushed himself against larger opponents to strengthen his timing, footwork, and precision. Those sessions molded him into the complete fighter he is today. In the latest training footage, Tank looks more locked in than ever. His punches snap through the air with ferocity and focus. Every strike executed with purpose. His movement flows effortlessly, balancing grace and danger in perfect rhythm. Observers point out that his intensity has reached another level. His coordination between speed and power creating a seamless mix of control and aggression. Each session feels like a statement. Gervonta Davis is not just training for a fight, he's preparing for a moment of domination. Experts have been quick to praise his condition, calling it the sharpest they've seen in years. As the fight draws closer, the main topic remains the weight difference. Many assume Jake Paul's natural size gives him an advantage, but those who truly understand the sport argue otherwise. To them, boxing is not about pounds, it's about precision, discipline, and intelligence. Tank's ability to read opponents, defend with mastery, and counter with brutal accuracy makes him a nightmare for anyone, no matter their size. His team has full faith that he'll turn Jake's size against him, proving once again that skill conquers size when focus meets experience. For Davis, this fight isn't about proving he's stronger, it's about proving
150s, dare I say, close to 160 against Jake Paul. And dare I say it, I think that's the right thing for him to do. Why? I've been saying this. Number one, fighters need to start fighting closer to their walk-around weight. They're just healthier that way. They're just better and healthier that way. I mean, I know it's probably surprising them too. Like, that was the best I've seen Terrence Bud Crawford. Lamont Roach, he's fighting Pitbull at 140, coming from 130 and a pit stop at 135. You have Shakur Stevenson talking about fighting Teofimo Lopez. They're very close to making that fight at 140. And I think all of them would look their best there, especially Roach, where he ain't knocking nobody out down there at 130. But I bet you he'll be swatting far more at 140. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, I think, just like the others, fighting closer to your walk-around weight is just going to be one of the better performances for Gervonta "Tank" Davis. He's going to learn a lot about his body. He's going to learn a lot about himself and where he should campaign moving forward. Maybe even meeting Roach in that rematch at 140 himself. Also, another reason why I think it behooves him to come in knocking at 160 pounds is because of Jake Paul. It's not like Tank is going to dodge every punch Jake Paul throws, all right? Some of those going to land, and more than likely it's going to land on his guard. Tank is going to have this guard up. We need for him to be solid enough, his foundation and his base solid enough, so when Jake Paul hits him with those shots, he doesn't go flying around the ring.
Lamont Roach has been stirring up conversation with comments aimed directly at Davis. revealing there may still be unresolved tension between them. His recent remarks carried a tone of frustration that many in the boxing world interpreted as jealousy, rather than genuine rivalry. Analysts believe Roach's bitterness stems from watching Tank rise to global fame and fortune while others continue to fight for recognition. Once, there was mutual respect between the two. But now, Roach's tone feels more personal, as if he's struggling to accept Tank's position at the top. Boxing commentators have pointed out that success often breeds envy, and in a sport driven by ego, money, and headlines, emotions can easily turn professional rivalries into personal grudges. Gervonta, however, has chosen silence over drama. He doesn't respond to the noise, he lets his training, discipline, and performance in the ring speak for him. That quiet focus is what separates champions from challengers. Boxing experts have long argued that Gervonta Davis doesn't get nearly enough credit for what he's achieved. They point out that every fighter who steps into the ring with him walks away with more attention and respect than they had before, which proves Tank's impact on the sport. Opponents who were barely known become international names after facing him, testament to his influence and market power. Critics who claim he hasn't faced strong enough competition often overlook the fact that his very presence turns ordinary matchups into global events. Analysts emphasize that Davis's success isn't only measured by knockouts, but by how he elevates the entire sport. Every victory adds to his legacy, not just as a fighter, but as one of boxing's rare modern icons capable of shaping the game's direction with each punch. Champion boxer Stephen Fulton recently came to Davis's defense, responding to critics who accused Tank of chasing money instead of legacy. Fulton passionately argued that every fighter has the right to secure their future after years of risking their life and health for the sport. He reminded fans that Gervonta has already earned his Stripes World titles, historic knockouts, and unforgettable performances. Now, taking major pay-per-view fights isn't about greed. It's about stability and reward for everything he's sacrificed. Fulton explained that balancing legacy with financial security is not a sign of weakness, but wisdom. In his view, Davis has already proven himself as one of boxing's best, and now he's simply making choices that ensure his success lasts beyond the ring. Hearing such words from another respected fighter reinforces the truth. Gervonta Davis isn't fighting for fame or money alone, he's fighting for purpose, for future, and for the legacy that only greatness can define.
Takes on the self-proclaimed problem child, Jake Paul, one of the most influential and marketable global personalities. Paul and Davis square off in Miami after doubts around the fight being sanctioned in Georgia triggered a change in venue. Neither fighter can weigh more than 195 pounds. The weight is perhaps the most surprising factor. Paul has boxed most of his career around 200 pounds, the cruiserweight limit, but did tip the scales at 227 pounds when he faced off against Iron Mike Tyson last year. Davis, much smaller in stature, competes at the 135 pound mark and has also won world honours at super featherweight. And despite some discussions about possibly dropping down to 10 ounces, the pair seem set to wear 12-ounce gloves. And in terms